Yo, this is your man, Smoking Choke Shit. I'm up here with my man DJ Tuff. I'm sorry I was yelling for a second because we got the studio on blast. But I'm up here with DJ Tuff, and this interview is going to be epic, so y'all want to pay attention and listen up close, because we talking about music, we talking about the culture, we talking about life, we talking about everything. Smoking Choke and DJ Tuff. This is Smoking Choke Podcast, and I'm sitting here with my guest today. I told you we got Philadelphia's own, man, before I go into it, let me, give him his flowers as due respect. This brother has done a lot of work, man, in the city, as far as putting on the sound in the city of Philadelphia. And, being one of the, if not, personally speaking, he is my favorite DJ, but man, hands down, the number one DJ in Philly, in the streets still. I'm talking about Philly's own DJ Tuff from the Tuff crew. What's up, Two?
What's going on, Rob? Hey. Happy to be on the show.
I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate
Salute
you.
to all the fans out there, nationwide, overseas. We never really dreamed that it was going to go as far as it went with the whole My Part of Town thing. So it's good to, just express a little bit of gratitude for the fans that have been around for all these years. Netherlands, Japan, Germany, United Kingdom, Ireland, Scotland, France, Belgium, South America. It's been a lot.
Yeah, because
Australia.
You guys have definitely, you definitely have been around to, some, outside of Philadelphia. So
yeah, we've never been out of the country, but our music has, permeated obviously all different parts of the world. Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys come together as a collective?
Well, I had a friend that was teaching me how to DJ. His name was Yo-Yo. His real name was Anthony Ray. He was murdered in 1997. But between the time 1983 and 89, I was on a crash course. He gave me the crash course on how to scratch, how to become Jazzy Jeff in 3 years. And I took the crash course, and I got straight A's in the crash course. Mm-hmm. And I was able to very quickly link on with Tuff Crew, who were, my childhood idols. I used to come up the street to go to Hart Park and look through the fence and see them in there recording the video before I was the DJ, when I was still an aspiring DJ.
Okay, so you
Tuff Crew already had...
So you wasn't the original DJ?
No,
they were already
had a boy
together?
named DJ Doc.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then they had another boy named Shiver.
Okay. When
I came onto the scene with the idea that I wanted to be the DJ for Tuff Crew, and they was my hometown neighborhood rap group, and they was really doing it.
Okay.
I had to battle one of my best friends. His name was DJ Fresh. He also passed away.
Okay.
Another white boy. So it was, it was like, it's two white boys, So sometimes we would be together, We used to idolize Jazzy Jeff, idolize DJ Cash Money.
True.
We used to idolize Lightning Rich. We used to go downtown and buy records, and Yo-Yo would be like, they go Jazzy Jeff. They go Cash Money.
Right.
And I'll be like, where? Is Cash Money? He'd be like, no, I'm just playing. But yeah, I miss my man. He taught me everything I basically know about scratching, who any of the Philly legends are. Put me on to some VHS tapes that we used to have at Cosmic Calf scratching, mm-hmm. with a Daniel Boone hat, with the fur lumberjack John on. He is cutting history of hip hop.
Yeah.
DJ Bones, Master Vic. It was a lot of the Philly legends.
So for those who don't know, the Tuff Crew as a collective, as we know them now, the members are.
Yeah, I jumped a lot of parts. Introduced my crew.
Yeah.
The lead rapper, so to speak, with the nasal tone. That's Overlord Ice Dog. North Philly's handsome grandson. Puerto Rican Boricua boy. We opened doors for PD Crack to take the pedestal. As far as the Puerto Rican MC, and I would say that
facts.
Ice would probably say like somebody Charlie Chase or somebody like that, Puerto Rican MC from Rocksteady or Cold Crush Brothers.
Yeah,
was probably his predecessor. You had.
That's fair. That's fair to say.
I'm speaking on him, but as far as early on MCs that was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Ruby
D. Round here.
My name is Ruby D, and I'm Puerto Rican.
Right.
So Ice was always cool like that. I looked at them like, as I seen Wild Style, I looked at them niggas like they was Wild Style, like tough.
Okay.
They had the leather jackets, like before running them had the leather jackets. They had the leather jackets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And once I finally became a member of the group, you know, a lot of different doors opened up. Tone Love, of course, was from Germantown. L.A. Kid was from Los Angeles, but transplanted to Philly.
So,
that was Mitch's nephew. He lived with Mitch. Tony Mitchell was the you could say visionary behind the whole thing, who put together
the Tuff Crew.
The Tuff Crew idea that he was going to put a rap group out. You know, we were in the park doing DJ battles, breakdancing with linoleum and stuff like that. It was all being born in front of us. But he had the vision, you know. Mm-hmm. We would have probably never, you know, those four people wouldn't have met ever if it wasn't for Mitch. And
so Tony Mitchell was the manager.
Yeah, we were just kids. We didn't have an idea on how to create a record company, but he did. So for many years, we carried around a stigma like he burned us. And in a way, he got burned as well as burned us. And, you know,
okay, let's
first
talk
time
about
through the music industry, you're going to take a couple lumps.
Yeah.
You might only get one time to go through the music industry. So if you take lumps on your only time making a hit record, you chase that, you know, because it's cool to be famous, but it's not that fun to be broke and famous. You know,
true.
If you could get a reality show out of it, you cool with it. You know, and then everything comes back in the end. Yeah. So we just keep digging for diamonds. You know, me personally, I just keep mining. Yeah. You know, for diamonds and shit.
And not jumping all around, but you are, and I think a lot of people recognize that you are the foundation of the Tuff Crew. You are, the reason why, you know, you guys are relevant. You know what I mean? And pardon me for pausing on the word relevant, like y'all not. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that to say, you know, as far as I always saw, you always drug this thing as far as dragging is. So tomorrow, if the sun come up, you dragging it tomorrow, and that's just what it is. So, you know, you know, for sure.
Well, you know, when the crew broke up, you know, I still had G payment, you know, so it wasn't no more shows that was going to come. I was told in no uncertain words about, you know, Mitch, that's your last show, pussy, you know, exclamation point. Mm-hmm. So, you know, of course you're going to be feared up because what you've been a part of is now suddenly fractured, you know, so... You got to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You know, when the whole Tuff Crew thing went away, I was still making mixtapes and making a living as a DJ. Mm-hmm. And that one hit wonder type thing with my part of town, it always lived on, even in any bar. You know, any kind of bar that I would do for $350 or something.
What would you say? Because during that time when y'all had that record and you're in the group now, you had other artists that had records out too. And I'm naming New York artists at that time. My part of town, you know, from, you know, as a listener's standpoint, you know what I mean, and a consumer who bought the tape, you know what I mean? So, you know, that record was everywhere. You know what I mean? Even if y'all never been outside of the hood, to us it perceived as y'all were more bigger than... And I don't know if the money equaled up to it, but far as we were concerned, I guess kind of like how you say you sought them to be, you know, by the time you got in and what I knew y'all to be, to me, it was like, you know, it was just as big as any New York nigga who had a record, dog. And that's just I mean, maybe I could be tripping, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm too Philly. You know, maybe I just didn't get off South Philly fast enough, you know what I mean?
Well, when the record first came out, it was distributed by Warlock.
Right.
The label was So Def Records. You know, that was Mitch's label. And we were signed to Mitch's label. It was distributed by Warlock in 9 states originally. Okay. But obviously it took on a life of its own because it traveled overseas and it became one of the most bootlegged cassette tapes and CDs and probably vinyl because at that time, you know, the barcodes, you know, barcode, yeah, but if you just punch a hole in it, then it becomes a promo.
You said bootlegged, so that's kind of, you know, like a segue.
Tuff Crew Danger Zone is probably the most stolen tape
So
out
how
of
did
anybody's car.